Jim, let's talk about Hewlett-Packard. You had a piece this morning on the Real Money site, our subscription page, and you talked about how the other companies that are surrounding Hewlett-Packard are kind of like picking at the carcass. They're picking off pieces of the business.
You know, it's a $120 billion company, and I think to say it's lost its way is, understating the problems. One of the things that I remember from when IBM took on Honeywell and took on Univac and Burroughs and NCR and Control Data, the other companies dropped back. They fell behind. And this is tech. This is not General Mills. It's not Kellogg. Get a new CEO in there, they're not going to be able to reinvent the cereal. Hewlett-Packard's falling behind. And the others are spending a lot more. Here I think of SAP, Accenture, to a lesser extent Dell, but certainly IBM on the consulting side, because Hewlett-Packard have been making some inroads on consulting. I think those can be rolled back. On the hardware side, Apple passed Hewlett-Packard as the biggest PC seller. A tablet turns out to be a category that is more important than Ultrabook. Hewlett-Packard spent a fortune, spent $1 billion on Palm. First they said was for the operating system, then they talked about whether it be a phone company. So you don't have mobile, you certainly don't have social, you don't really have cloud. So you have a company that's kind of been left out. And I don't see where the turn's going to come from. It's not going to be just from printers. By the way, I think the public is soured. If someone came up with another printer, I think they'd shift to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, because it's hated.
Epson, there's lots of other printers out there.
Yeah. So I think this is a company that is in a lot of trouble, and I think people are going to feast off it. And if you notice, during this incredible run in the stock market, this thing just goes off like 38 cents and 42 cents. It's been headed down. I was looking at the bonds this weekend. They're still holding up. I wouldn't want to own their bonds, and I certainly think that they are going to be this company could be a source of funds for a very long time.
So you really have to look at the names, as you mentioned, that the animals in the jungle are see that weak, dying animal, and they're picking its carcass. So you got to go with, you said Accenture?
Yes, and I think you can go with IBM, definitely,
okay.
SAP. I talked with Stephanie Link about this weekend. Accenture's doing very well. A lot of this is just taking it out of the height of Hewlett-Packard. Oracle's going to be challenging too. I think Oracle, there was a Jefferies downgrade today. I think it's a very prescient downgrade because that stock gets to 30, and that's where the sellers had come out last time because the quarter wasn't that good. But, I can't. Now, sometimes, a lot of the devil's advocate to me says, well, listen, if you can't think of a single reason to own Hewlett, there might be.
Get out.
But I just don't want people to own it.
All right.
I don't want people to own it. This market has
stock pickers market.
Stocks have rallied this year.
We're coming into a Monday where we're going to